One day, as I travel, one day, as I walked the highway alone, I heard on in front a most delirious groan, and there, round the corner, a weary old ass was nuzzling the hedge for a mouthful of grass. The load that he carried was piled up so high that it blocked half the road and threatened the sky. Indeed, of himself I could see but a scrap, and expected each moment to see that go snap. For beneath all his load I could see but his legs, and they were as thin as the thinnest clothes pegs. I said, "O most gentle and innocent beast, say, why is your burden so greatly increased? Who loads you like this beyond reason and right? Is done for purpose or just out of spite? Are they all your own treasures you have in your pack? Crumple your backbone and make your ribs crack? Really is too much for all this is back. Treasures? Grown to a lump of chew grass. Are they treasures? I don't know. I'm only the ass that carries whatever they all like to pack on my load, without thought of my ribs or my back. I know there are heaps of things up there that I hate, but it's always been so I guess it's my fate." And he flicked his long ears and swished his thin tail, and rasped his rough neck with a hinder foot nail. There are fighting men up there, somewhere, and some fools, and talking men, heaps who have quitted their stools to manage the state and direct its affairs, and see, I suppose, that we all get our shares. And ladies and lords, and their offspring and heirs, and flunkies and toadies and their merchants and wares, and parsons and lawyers. Oh, heaps in that box. And big folk and small folk and all kinds of crocs. That mighty big bale. Poison that. For the people, or whatever else lacks, they must still have their tipple. That's the trade, don't you know, that no one can shackle. Vested interest, they call it, and that kind of cackle. Why, the bishops themselves dare not tackle the tipple, for it props up the church and at times builds the steeple. That other big bale, what I said, fighting things, ammunition, guns, and these new things with wings. Oh yes, they bought big, but we need them. For why? Well, if we hadn't as much as the others have, why? They say we might just as well lay down and die. Yon big bale on top. That is a big weight. And that's just one of the lot I most hate. That's capital, that is. And the landlords and such. And there seems to me sometimes a bit overmuch in that bale. But there, perhaps I'm wrong again. Such matters are outside an old ass's ken. My fodder. Oh, well, you see, no room for that. I pick as I go. No chance to get fat. That poison bulks large. And the landlords and such, and that capital's heavy. Heavy as can be. But someone's bound to go short. And of course that one's me. Much surprised, the old ass, thus set free from his load, picked out a nice soft spot in the dusty road, and laid him down on it, and rolled in high glee. And as he kicked this way and that way, he said to me, "Say, man, I've never enjoyed such a roll since the day I was born a silly young foal. Seems to me if I'd have had half the sense of an ass, I'd have long since got rid of this troublesome mass. But now that it's down, why, down it shall stop. My whole life's been down under, but now I'm on top." And then he came right side up and pranced about on his load and kicked it to pieces all over the road. And what all this means, I really can't say. It may not mean much, but again, why it may.
Even in his cot, he was always in a distant corner of the room, away from the other babies. Abandoned, a curse. Every time she fed him, his mouth would be wrenched away from his mother's nipple. She could hold him until the feeding was done, but then he would be sprung 10 feet away, by some unearthly force. To lie upon the ground crying, for a mother who could only infrequently reach him. In the playground, he could stand and catch a ball from the boys around him. But his finger, on a fingerprint on the ball, and the warmth of the hand that had thrown it, was as close to a hug or a touch as he could ever get. So he walked alone, an elsewhere boy, a could-have-been future father that nobody would ever have. His condition got worse with age. In his 20s, he struggled to get within 10 feet of anyone. In his 30s, his separateness spanned miles. So for 40 years, he talked to no one, saw no one, touched no one. The most human warmth he ever got, from seeing a plane fly miles above him, and guessing the warmth of the people tucked up inside it, way up in the sky.
If you don't do your chores, Mother said, I won't let you have a birthday party. And instead of being 9, you'll be 8 for another year. And none of your friends will want to play with someone younger than them. And the school will leave you back, and you will have to repeat the same boring classes. And while everyone is getting older, you'll be staying the same, and you'll never be able to catch up with them, since you can't have 2 birthdays in 1 year. Because we couldn't afford to buy you 2 presents. Don't eat any food in your room, Mother said. You'll get more bugs. They depend on people like you. Otherwise they would starve. But who do you want to make happy? Your mother or a bunch of ants? What have they done for you? Nothing. They have no feelings. They'll eat your candy. Yet you treat them better than you treat me. You keep feeding them. But you never offer me anything. Make sure you don't break another glass, Mother said, while you're drinking your milk. When Moses broke the 10 Commandments, not only did he have to climb the mountain again to get new ones, but God punished him by making him wait before he could visit the Promised Land. Maybe I should let you drink only out of paper cups and make you wait until you only